Hi everyone, welcome to the Shobitam Trunk Show. We have a very festive collection today. Holi is round the corner, so we thought we'll celebrate the festival of colors with the beautiful colors of our saris. We have a very special collection today, starting from the Mysore silk, just like what I'm wearing, to a very rich collection of our Banarsis. We have a huge variety, and then we have some Gadwals, we have some new Kanjivarams, we have new designs in Modal silks, in our Sanganeri Georgettes, and so many other beautiful saris that are right in front of my eyes. But let's just give it like 30 seconds to allow more folks to join in and we'll get started. Today is the first day of March. Spring is just round the corner. Holi is round the corner. A very warm welcome to those of you who are joining in. Just another 15 seconds maybe, and we'll get right to the saris. All right, so let's get started. So, like I said, Holi is around the corner, so we said our collection has to be equally colorful. So we have a very stunning collection today. We're going to open with our featured collection. We have two featured collections today. One is our Mysore silk saris, and the second is a wide range of Banarsis. So many beautiful Banarsis, starting with the crinkled georgettes to our gorgeous koras, to our tissues, to our jal saris, and we have some very fancy ones. So let's get to the Mysore silks first. Now, those of you who are new to the Shobitam Trunk Show, the way this works is every sari, every product that I'm showcasing today is on the special page called shobitam.com/live. And then we have a whole bunch of products, other products too, which got released. There's only so much that we can show in an hour. So all the other products that got released today are also on that special page called shobitam.com/live. And then there is a special discount that you can avail on all the items that you shop for a limited time. The code for today, you guessed it right, is Holi. So Holi is the code for today. When you use that code at checkout, you get a special discount on your purchase. And now, without further ado, let's get to the first sari. So the first sari is a stunning rust Mysore silk sari. Now, Mysore silk sari are very different from your conventional silks. They have that nice crinkly texture and they have a very fluid drape unlike any other silk sari. And all the saris that I'm showcasing today, the Mysore silk collection is 100 GSM or higher. Now, GSM is basically grams per meter. So that means every meter of the sari is 100 grams. And with that weight, what happens? You get a very nice fall and flow. When the sari is light, it doesn't flow as nicely. When you walk, the pleats don't fall as beautifully. So when you have that weight and the fluidity, it really falls, it drapes very beautifully around you. So every sari that I'm showcasing is the KSIC grade thickness, which is 100 GSM. And here is the first sari. It's a striking rust color. And back by popular demand, we have these Ganda Berunda motif sari. So the saris, Mysore silk saris, are from the state of Karnataka. And this bird, the mighty Ganda Berunda with the two-headed eagle, is the state bird of Karnataka. So here is the very first sari. The beauty of Mysore silks is that they are traditional, they are very minimal, and that's the charm. So the chit pallu or the pallu with just the lines, very minimal zari lines, nothing very fancy, is the most common, most popular one. So here is the first sari. Look at how nice it is. It's like a deep pumpkin orange with a brown contrast with a Ganda Berunda border on both sides. So here is the very first sari. Now all these saris come with a contrast blouse piece, which means the blouse piece is the color of the border and pallu, and it has zari on both sides. So you can get very creative with your blouse. On Shobitam, we do offer custom blouse stitching for all saris that you purchase from us, and we can make them any pattern of your choice as per your measurements. as long as the fabric permits. Now, because you asked for Ganda Berunda, we have a few. This is like a Kanchana color. Kanchana is like a deep shade of brown with a tinge of purple in it. So this is your Kanchana color. And look at the Rani pink contrast, again with your Ganda Berunda motif. And let's see how the sari looks like when it is draped. So this is how this beautiful Kanchana color sari looks like when it is draped. Same concept, which is a Rani pink pallu and Rani pink blouse piece. Another one, this is a mustard this time, a mustard with a plum border. And look at how bright this color is. A very traditional color. It's a heritage combination, a mustard with a purple contrast. And it frames the Ganda Berunda motif, which are distinctly placed across the border, frame the sari very, very beautifully. So here is your next sari. A very warm welcome to everyone who's joining in. This is the Shobitam trunk show. And today we are featuring Mysore silks, Banarsis, Gadwals, Kanjivarams, and a few other saris. Here is the next one. It's a red with a pink, a rose milk pink color. A very unique combination. Again, your Ganda Berunda motif, red with a baby pink border. Actually, a rose pink border. So here is the next sari, and this is how this particular sari looks like. This time it's a vibrant chartreuse color. Look at this. Chartreuse is your green, yellow color. And it comes with this Ananda blue contrast. And look at how bright, how beautiful, how flowy the sari is. And look at the sheen of the sari. So it's got a nice, not just a nice crinkled texture, but also a lovely sheen, a very fluid drape. You absolutely cannot go wrong with a Mysore silk sari. So here is your next sari. And these saris are very easy to maintain throughout the day. Here is your next sari, a lovely chartreuse with Ananda blue contrast. And let's see what the pallu looks like. It's the exact same concept. This is the blouse piece, and here is the pallu. All right, something different this time. We have a amaranth pink, and it's a muppagam sari or your three-part sari. So there is a chocolate brown, actually a Kanchana color. This is a Kanchana color with small mango booties on two sides and then an amaranth pink in the center. So here is your sari, and looks very different. Like I said, these are novel designs when it comes to your Mysore silks. Mysore silks are typically very, very minimal. They have just a thin strip of jari. So this looks very different from your conventional Mysore silks. So here is your classic Mysore silk that I was talking about. Just a thin strip of zari. And here is the sari. Like I said, all of these saris are 100 GSM, which is the KSIC grade. And it comes with a chit pallu, I believe. Yes, it is. So here is the pallu. And this is how this very, very simple, minimal sari looks like. It would pair beautifully with a contrast blouse. At Shobitam, we have many mix and match blouses. We have more than 500 styles of just mix and match blouses, just like what I'm wearing. So here is your next sari. Another big border sari. This time it's a Rani pink. A Rani pink with green. It's your very, very traditional combination. And this time it's a half border sari. So half the top half is plain, and the bottom half is like this emerald green color with checks, zari checks, and the small booties that you see on the sari are your jhumki motifs. So look at this, your jhumki motifs, and then you have this border, and this is how the sari drapes like. So here is your next sari. Looks interesting to me, and let's see what the pallu looks like. This has a fancy pallu. Look at this. It's actually pretty fancy for a Mysore silk sari. Now, if you want to see, what the rest of the sari looks like, what the prices are, for those of you who are new, you're wondering what the prices are. So, as I'm showcasing these saris to you, On Facebook, you'll actually see the link of that sari being posted. When you click on the link, you will get all the details from pictures to details to prices in your currency. It's all there. And then on Instagram, because Insta doesn't allow clickable links, we give the code. So just take the code, plug it into the Shobitam website, and then you get the same details. The next sari is also very interesting. It's your brown. It's like a cocoa brown color. And then it comes with this rose milk combination. And look at the zari stripes in gold and silver. So alternating gold and silver stripes. Let me show this closely. Look at this. Look at the design. It's actually pretty fancy. This is the border. And it comes with a dressy pallu. It's got zari all over. Now, typically, the zari on these brocades are muted because there's only so much tension the loom can take. When you have these Mysore silk, very, very thin yarns, there's only so much tension that can actually be woven along with it. So the zari that's woven across the body is typically muted. But here is a sari. It's a very, very beautiful color combination. So that brocade, this is a brocade sari. The brocade imparts that nice glow because it's got gold and silver without getting too loud. And here is the pallu, and this is the blouse piece. This is your classic Mysore silk sari blouse piece. So here is your next sari in a brown and pink combination. Two more before we move on to our gadwals, and then it's going to be our featured collection, which is the Banarsi. Take a look at this. This is your ink blue color, and it's got zari checks all over and a very thin band, like a 1-inch band of silver zari on both sides, just to give that pop of color and frame your sari. So look at that pink. So the contrast really adds definition because it frames it, and then the zari has that shine, a little bit of aura to it. So here is your next sari, and it comes with a pink blouse piece, and this is the pallu. So it's got this very minimal chit pallu, as they call it. So here is your next sari. One more before we move on to our gadwals. Similar concept, a zari check sari. This time it's a chocolate brown color with baby pink reticate border. Reticate is your 2-line border. And I thought the combination was very interesting. Look at this. Like I said, this is a fancy pallu for your Mysore silk sari. And then let's see how the sari drapes like. Look at a single layer of the sari just flows. So even if you're not very familiar with, how to tie a sari, this can go really, really well. So here is your next sari. Look at the broad border. The beauty of the reticate is there is zari work. It also shows the contrast really well because the contrast is solid. And then here is a sari, and this is the pallu. So here is your next sari. I think it looks very nice. All right, so we're going to move on to our fresh batch of gadwals that just came in. Okay. Mauve this time. It's like a dusty mauve. It's a very pretty color. Dusty shades are in. These are very, very premium quality saris. I can really vouch for the quality. Completely handmade and pure silk. And take a close look at the sari. What a pretty color. Look at the rich borders. They're like 8 inches or more. Small temples. And look at the Annapakshi. This is your Annapakshi motif. And then the sari looks really grand. It's fresh off the loom. And let's see what the pallu looks like. So look at how rich the sari, how elegant it looks. And the pallu goes with the border. It's got stripes. And then let's see how the sari looks like when it is draped. I'm going to take a single layer and look at how royal the sari looks, how charming the color is. So here is the next sari. Look at the sheen of pure silk, and the zari puttas, they shimmer so beautifully against the sheen of the silk. And then here is the other side border. So let's take a moment to admire the sari. So this is your top side border, and this is your lower side border, and a beautiful dusty mauve color body. And that's not all. Look at the fancy blouse piece. It's got buttas with two side border. So with so much zari, you can get really, really, really creative and fancy. So here is your next sari. A very warm welcome to everyone who's joining in. This is the Shobitam Trunk Show, and today we have a very special collection of pure silks from your Mysore silk to your Gadwal to so many Banarsis. We have kalamkaris on Kanjipuram and so much more. All right, look at this. This is interesting. It looks like a Paithani sari, but it's a sari inspired by the Paithani design woven in Gadwal. So this is a Gadwal sari. So saris typically take the name of the origin. So if a sari is born in Gadwal, it is a Gadwal sari. So here is the next sari. It's inspired by your Paithani designs. And look at the Munia border. Now, the difference between a Yola Paithani and the other ones are, those are woven without any cutting in the back. And these are actually, the threads are cut. So that's what the difference is. It's a beautiful, rich navy blue color with gold and silver buttas, which is very, very typical of your Gadwals. So when you have your Gadwals, you'll see that both gold zari and silver tone zari are employed. So here is the next sari, and it looks really nice. Look at the red tissue. So it's got red yarn and gold tissue yarn both. And it's a korvai weave. And look at this beautiful Gadwal sari, how close the buttas are, completely hand woven, rich pallu. And this is your Gadwal Paithani sari. Let me quickly show you the blouse piece. So the blouse piece is a running design. Here is the blouse piece, and just like your Paithani saris, it's a blouse piece with one side border. The next is a brocade Gadwal, and it's a stunning color combination. We designed this, and it's come out very, very beautiful. So it's a blue and purple dual tone. You can see the blue, teal blue, just like this, selvage, and a purple. And it's a very nice patola brocade. There are small chakras, diamonds, peacocks. So very pretty design. And let's see what the sari looks like when it is draped. Completely hand woven. In this age, where there is a very blurry line between the real and unreal, we believe in real handmade things. And these are as authentic as they can be, and very premium quality, like I said. And look at how beautiful, how elegant, how majestic this sari looks like. Then look at the rich borders. Look at this blue. And the whole sari has come out really beautifully. So it's a nice dual tone, very nice dual tone. And the links are being posted. Here is your rich pallu. Look at how elegant it is. And this is the blouse piece. So this is the actual color of the yarn. So you can see the blue. So it's actually a green and blue, green and purple. And when the colors mix, it gives a nice bluish hue. So very pretty sari. Next one is a gray, and it is your striped sari. And again, a very charming combination of your gray with chocolate brown. Look at this, equal width borders. And this is how this very stunning sari looks like. Now, Gadwal is a very, very close cousin of your Kanjipuram in terms of looks, in terms of zari work, but there are subtle differences here. And it's got very nice, beautiful lotus motifs on it. And the zari is subtle, it's not too loud, and it gives this nice aura to the sari. And it comes with a very rich pallu. Look at the pallu. Here is the pallu. and a same color blouse piece. And I showed you how the sari looks like when it is draped. So here is the sari when it is draped. I think it looks very charming. What do you think? Okay, so some of you, a lot of you actually are looking for gift giving saris, and you look for, whether it's a wedding or any other event, you're looking for gift giving saris on a budget. And we have several options. Some of you order bundles, some of you order single. So these are semi Gadwal saris. And I'm going to show you four. They look very, very, these are very high quality semi Gadwal saris. Look at this. I'm just going to quickly show you four. I showed you the real deal. Now, what is a semi sari? So, semi is basically polyester blend sari. It's basically art silk or polyester, and it's woven in the same style as in the same designs. Look at the very beautiful color combinations. But the fabric is not pure. These are not handloom. So these are woven on a power loom using artificial silk or your polyester yarns. And here is the sari. Now, even in art silk, there are so many grades. These are the finest grades that you can find. So you can see how pretty the sari looks. They say a picture says 1,000 words, and a video does even more. So here is your next sari. I'm just going to show you three more very quickly, just for you to get a feel of it. Look at this beauty. It is a cream with a deep purple contrast, and these are saris on a budget. So if you're looking for saris to wear, for a long day to the temple, you don't have to worry about the sari getting dirty, then these are very nice, affordable options. So look at this Gadwal sari. Again, these saris are folded exactly like your pure, which is why you see these lines. So every Gadwal sari is rolled into a rectangular block. That's why you'll see lines that are very, very close. And look at this beauty. And the blouse piece is equally charming. Look at this with buttas. Two more. This time it's a purple with the ananda blue contrast and an orange selvage. Look at how bright and beautiful this sari is. And this is how the sari drapes like. Take a look. Last one, because it's a beautiful peacock green. One thing that you would see in your Gadwals is when the pallu starts, it's not your linear zari border, but you'll have motifs on it, either a paisley or a tilakam motif. So that's very, very characteristic of your Gadwal saris. So look at this stunning Rama green color with the purple contrast, and it's your Gadwal semi-silk sari. All right, so now we're going to move on to our featured collection, which is our Banarsis. So this is what I'm talking about when I said beautiful saris for Holi. We are celebrating the festival of colors with our saris. And look at this Banarsi Kadiyal beauty. It's got so much skill, so much artistry in it, because not just so many colors come together in a very fine hand woven loom, but this is a different fabric. This is a different fabric. So this is your pure Katan silk. This is your Tussar by Katan. And look at the gold and silver zari paisleys. Look at this rich colors from your purple, red, yellow, orange. And I think the ivory frames it beautifully. It's a Kadiyal weave sari, which is your equivalent of the Kanjivaram Porvai. So your borders are woven independently, the body is woven independently, and you see the interlock, which is why it's not a rigid straight line, but you'll see small, curvy lines because they are interlocked. And it comes with a very stunning Keri pallu. Keri is your paisley motifs on a bed of antique gold zari and silver zari. So this is your Alfi weave when two different colors, two different yarns come together. So your antique gold base with your silver long paisleys. The best part is there's actually texture inside these paisleys. So if you look very, very closely, look at this. You'll see beautiful designs, textures within these long paisleys. And it's a very gorgeous sari, very classy. And here is the sari. And this is the blouse piece. A typical Banarsi blouse piece is a blouse piece with plain fabric and zari on one side, unlike your Kanjivrams. So that's how they've always been. So here is the very first Banarsi. It's a riot of colors. All right. So next one is a very similar one. You've seen our Vidya Balan check sari, the Kanjivaram inspired check sari. Same loom, different color combination. So look at this. Again, very pretty. It's got everything from a sea green to a lavender to a gold to a purple, magenta, and all the colors blends. And look at the rich magenta border, exact same loom. It's got this very intricate pallu. It's also got zari checks running across the body of the sari, and it's got buttas. So here is the sari, and look at how beautiful it is. So here is the sari, and the Rani pink and the frame, the zari frame is perfect. I think it looks very beautiful. And here is the pallu and blouse piece. Very exquisite, very unique sari. Let's move on to the next one. We're going to show you our georgettes. So, you know, spring and summer are around the corner, and georgettes are such a trend. So I'm going to show you our georgettes. So these are pure Banarsi crepe georgette saris. Look at this. It's a amethyst color, and they're all, you know, studded with antique zari. Look at this. It's also called oxidized zari because the zari is oxidized, it's darkened, and then it's got small buttas. It's also got a texture, the self-weave texture. Here is the pallu and a very pretty lavender shade sari in pure Banarsi silk georgette. And look at the 2 rows of paisleys in the pallu. So it's got a double pallu, and that's not all. The blouse piece is very interesting. It's got a jal design. So the body is buttas and the blouse piece is a jal design. Now, those of you who've never bought Shobitam saris before, all Shobitam silk saris are ready to wear with fall piku and tassels done. So every sari, you know, you don't have to worry about all these, and we can get the blouses tailored for you. If you're not familiar with, you know, wearing saris, we can actually pre-stitch these saris. So you'll see all those add-on options on the website. So here is your next sari. A very different sari this time, a bright orange. Look at this stunning sari with the oxidized zari, and look at this. Now georgette is that fabric that really flows very beautifully, and this one has a wide zari border, very small buttas. It'll go perfectly with a contrast blouse like the green that I'm wearing, and stunning pallu. And again, I think it's got a jal design blouse piece. Yes, it does. So this is your blouse piece with a jal design. So very bright, bold color in your pure Banarsi georgette. This time it's another opposite. It's a mint color, light mint color. And this one has a meenakari weave. Beautiful georgette sari. This one has gold tone zari. It's your water zari. So it's basically gold tone that's really light, and like water, it takes the hue. If it's yellow light that falls on it, it appears gold. If it's white light, it appears silverish. So very, very pretty. And look at how charming this color combination is. And it's got florals all over and a stunning pallu and a running blouse piece. So here is your beautiful meenakari jal, pure Banarsi silk georgette sari. Another light color sari. This time it's an ivory, just small buttas. Look at the beautiful keri pallu. Looks very interesting. This would look stunning with a maroon velvet blouse. And we do have maroon velvet blouses on our website. Look at this white sari, ivory sari. And it looks very nice with the green also that I'm wearing. And look at this very, very stunning pallu, the Keri pallu. Look at the really long designs. Now, not every sari is made this way. So it's a very, very pretty sari. So here's your next one. One more design, and then we have a whole bunch that were added today. This is like your dusty pista green, another very rich design, your floral design on the pallu. And then look at this very interesting jar design. It's a jar design, but at the same time, it doesn't weigh you down. That's the beauty of a Georgette sari. This is your crepe Georgette. So it's got a nice sheen to it. So this is your pure Banarsi crepe Georgette saris, all the ones that I showed you. And this is the border and a stunning oxidized zari jal. We are going to move on to our koras now. Now, kora is your silk organza, and it's a very flattering, dreamy fabric. The first one is a very novel piece. It's your Baluchari design. So Banaras is very interesting. The Banarsi vocabulary of saris is really, really wide because it's been at the crossroads of so many civilizations, so many trade routes that it's been influenced by all of these. So this is your Baluchari inspired design and it's been given a very novel touch. This is your pure Banarsi Kora, pure silk organza. So unlike your synthetic organza, it's very nice to the touch. It doesn't balloon up as much as your synthetic organza does. And look at this orange polka dots and a floral border. So let's see how the sari looks like when it is draped. So these organza fabrics have that fairy tale like effect to them. So here is the sari. And I really love the polka dots. It adds that novel vibe. And here is the pallu. So very interesting, very unique sari. And here is the blouse piece with your stripes and just this minimal border. Let's see what the next Kora sari is. This time it's a peacock blue. A very stunning peacock blue. And it's a dual tone as you can see. And it's a charmer. It's a real, real charmer. Oh my goodness, what a beauty. Look at the Keri pallu. Look at the blouse piece. And look at our koras. Because it's pure silk, it just flows. It's not that stiff organza that you typically find. And the sari is an absolute charmer. You cannot go wrong with it. Unless you don't like saris that are transparent. So these saris are maybe semi-transparent, I would say. But it's very, very, very pretty. And look at the rich pallu. And it's got meenakari work too. So there's red and orange. So there's 3 color meenakari. So there's pink, there's red, there's orange. Let me show you closely. So look at the meenakari and look at how fluid the organza fabric is. And look at the very pretty meenakari design pallu. It's so pretty, you have to take a picture of it. It's really, really pretty. Okay, the next one is another organza sari. Oh my goodness, it's a sheer dream. And this time it's a sea green color. And look at how delicate the fabric is. And look at the meenakari buttas, a real novel border and very pretty sari. Look at this pallu. And it comes with a red contrasting blouse piece. So this is how the sari drapes. Now, of course, I'm wearing a blue, so it shows more blue, but this is the actual color of the sari. Very, very premium, very high quality, authentic, handmade, pure silk saris. Okay, so something very different this time. Oh, actually, no. I'm going to show you a few more organza because this collection is so awesome. This time it's a chiku color. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. It's out of the ordinary. It's like a celebrity sari. Look at how delicate the fabric is. So imagine draping a sari like this. So beautiful, so sheer. It's 100% handmade, all kadwa. And I think every handmade sari really carries the soul of the weaver. And this is no exception. Look at how pretty, how delicate, how beautiful the sari is. And this is how it drapes. A beautiful chiku color and with meenakari. Oh my goodness, the beauty of the border is the florals are shaded. Take a look. Can you see the shading? Pink florals. So there is this powder blue, there is this turquoise blue. It's come out very beautifully. So here is your next sari, and it's very dreamy, very beautiful, out of the ordinary. Okay. One tissue sari before we move on to our katans. I'm only showing you one tissue sari today because we typically show you a lot of tissues. So here is your tissue sari. Oh my goodness. It's your classic sandalwood color tissue with your red gold, and the border is very interesting because it looks like the top side border and the bottom side border gave way for the body. So look at this design. So here is your stunning gold and red, and this is your Kadial weave again, where the borders are interlocked, and a stunning pallu. And this has got a Katan silk blouse piece. So this is your Katan silk border. So this is a different fabric, this is a different fabric. So very beautiful hand woven sari. Okay, so some very interesting collections are coming up. Take a look at this Katan silk beauty. So it's got a chevron design all over in a lime, turquoise, ivory, and then zari and a red, blood red color border. Again, a very novel design. Look at the pallu. It's got these paisley motifs. Take a look, paisley motifs. Beautiful chevron design. And this is how this very out of the ordinary sari looks like when it is straight. So here is your sari. All these saris are very novel, very unique. Each piece is an absolute stunner. So here is your next sari. Now, if your skin is a little sensitive, you don't like these zari threads behind you, so this may not be the right sari for you. So just letting you know. But if you think beauty is pain, the sari is very beautiful. Okay. Another novel design. Each sari is one prettier than the other. This is your rose and red striped sari, horizontal stripes, and a very novel design pallu. It's very beautiful actually. Looks very modern. And here is a sari in red. And look at the lotus, your Raj Kamal design. And here is a sari. Looks very pretty, very pretty. And here it is. It comes with this blouse piece. So it's got a running blouse piece. And here is the sari, bold and beautiful in red. Okay. Another tissue stunner. Look at this Kadial beauty. It's a silvery white, milky white color with a stunning purple border. And look at the dense floral motifs. Look at how intricate they are. It's not your linear border. Look at the length of it. It's very pretty, very fine work. Completely done in Kadua style weave. Very soft shimmering buttas, and look at the tissue. Look at how fine the fabric is. These are absolutely authentic, high quality, pure silk tissue saris. So here is the sari, and then let's look at the pallu. A very rich pallu, and this is the top side border, minimal top side border, and this is how this very stunning sari looks like when it is straight. So here is your next sari. Okay, something very colorful this time. Look at this. It's your, isn't it so pretty? Very pretty. It's like a play of colors. Look at how beautifully the colors have come together. It's like, watercolor art. A stunning contrasting blouse piece. This is your pallu. It's a borderless sari, and absolutely love the play of colors. Very beautiful sari in light hues that blend very nicely with each other. Look at this. So here is your next sari. Recently, we had a customer who purchased a sari for a Moroccan a wedding. I mean, a wedding that was actually in Casablanca, and she wanted a sari that would go with the theme. And she purchased something very similar, and we got a blouse done for her, with these arches. We thought the sari went really, really well with the theme. Look at this beautiful Persian-inspired designs, and such a stunning sari it is, in shades of ivory, sky blue, pink, and each one is got its own design. So this is your Jharoka design, as they say in Hindi, and a beautiful rich pallu. It's a very, it's been a Banarsi trend for a while, and it is there to stay. So a very, very, very beautiful sari, and here is the pallu. We're going to show you saris that are inspired by your Yola Paitanis. And here is a stunning peacock blue. And the beauty of a Paitani sari is the base of the sari, the base of the border is tissue, and then the motifs are woven on a bed of tissue. So the saris are inspired by that. Look at the Raj Kamal motifs in orange, peacock blue, pink, turquoise, and it's a stunning peacock blue-green color body, beautiful buttas. And here is your next sari, and the buttas are woven very closely. Look at this, the buttas are woven very closely, and then the pleats area, they slightly spread apart. And look at the rich pallu. So here is your next Banarsi Paitani sari. I'm going to show you one more. That one is a pink, a rose color, a rose pink color. And look at this design. Again, it's Persian design. Look at this with your lavender, green, orange. Look at these munia motifs. And then very pretty sari, very charming color. And here is the sari. I think it looks very pretty. And this is the top side border, bottom side border. And here is the pallu. So your next sari in pure Katan silk. And this is what the sari looks like. The next sari is very interesting. It's absolutely one of a kind. So this is your Kora, your pure organza tissue sari. So take a look. It's like your dusky olive color. Look at the border, the beautiful Meenakari colors. Aren't they pretty? You need a lot of skill, a lot of patience to weave these, as they take a very long time. Each color is woven independently. You cannot make mistakes. And here is your sari. And let's see what a single layer looks like. And the selvage color is like a butter yellow color. And again, a very dreamy fabric. And here is the sari. And this is what the sari looks like. So very unique, absolutely one of a kind sari. And the body, the jal in the body is actually two colors, gold and silver. This is such a beauty. It's a purple with a turquoise Katan silk sari with your kadial borders. So the kadial is the one that gives you these vivid contrasts. And look at this beauty. I'm going to show you the border up close. So take a look at this border that I'm showing you closely. Look at how beautiful the work is. The shape of the motifs, the color detailing, everything has come out very nicely. And the color is very striking. Look at this. It's got nice buttas. And here is the pallu. And this is the stunning, stunning, beautiful Banarsi sari. A Baluchari sari. Now, Baluchar is a region in Bengal that's known for its striking pallus and Meenakari work, and these Banarsi saris are inspired by those designs. And this is a black beauty. And look at the stunning Meenakari pallu. I showed you a Kora sari, and the beauty of the sari is it's got Meenakari buttas all over the body. So lovely play of colors, Meenakari borders, and a very striking pallu. So imagine walking, with this grand pallu. So here is your next striking pure Banarsi silk sari. if you love Banarsis, you absolutely have to have Jal saris. And I'm going to show you this gorgeous chartreuse sari. Look at this. And we have a fresh batch of these. They work very well for a whole bunch of events. And this looks so beautiful. It would go very nice with like a purple blouse, burnt orange, um, maroon. And look at this beauty. I'm actually wearing two layers. A single layer would actually drape better. So here is a sari in a lovely chartreuse jal design. This is real Banarsi work. When you think of Banarsis, you know, the first thing that comes to your mind is the zari work. And the sari is all about that. Now, this is your Patola design Banarsi sari. It's a heavy sari and it comes in a beautiful gulabi orange color. And look at the motifs, very nicely done. This is your Meenakari border. And I'm sure it looks very pretty, would go very well with a bottle green blouse. And here it is. This is the pallu. And here is how this beautiful sari drapes like. Very rich color and truly, truly stands out. What is a sari wardrobe without a bandhani sari? So bandhani it is next. Bandhani's saris, especially when it comes to Banarsis, you know, it's a riot of colors. And this time it is orange and pink, ombre. And look at the stunning bandhani sari. Look at this, your Rani pink pallu. And here is the sari. Look at this, very, very bright, bold sari in orange and pink. And it's got bandhani work done all over the sari. All right. So now I'm going to show you one fusion Banarsi sari and we're going to move on to a fresh batch of pure Pochampalli ikat saris. And these saris that have come are absolutely stunning. So one Banarsi sari left. So at Shobitam, you know, you love us for our fusion saris. And look at this Banarsi fusion saris that's designed with grey and navy to a midnight blue. So it's like a grey to a midnight blue ombre. It's got sequence work that gives that sparkle. And these are rich Banarsi borders that are applied to the sari. And this is the blouse piece. And look at this sari, how it drapes. Look at this. Very, very pretty ombre sari. And look at how everything's come out so beautifully. A lovely evening wear, party wear sari. So it's got the best of tradition and modern elements in one. All right, so we're going to move on to our ikats. Again, a warm welcome to everyone who's joining in. This is a very special Shobitam trunk show where we've featured our new collections of our Mysore silks, our Banarsis, and now our ikat saris. Take a look at this beautiful sari. We have not got this pattern before. The beauty of an ikat weave is every section of the yarn, and there are so many yarns that are running across the body of the sari, are individually dyed before they are woven. So the more intricate the patterns are, the denser they are, the harder it is. And this sari is absolutely stunning. Look at this, a beautiful royal blue sari with a pashmina design. Look at the paisleys and this rich crane border with your zari detailing. Now, this is how this beautiful sari drapes like. So here is your sari and look at how nice the sari drapes with your red and blue, and here is the pallu. Okay, this time it's your ikat kanjivaram and a stunning purple. Look at this checkered design. So white and purple, and within the checks you have this twill pattern. So this is called your twill pattern, and beautiful peacock motifs on the top and bottom, and very interesting sari. This is how this very pretty sari looks like. So here is your next sari. Look at how regal this sari looks. The rich zari pallu, and this is your ikat kanjivaram fusion sari. Another twill design ikat kanjivaram fusion. Take a look at this. This is like your dusty rose color, actually a frost rose color because there's like a white dual tone to it. And look at how the sari drapes, and take a close look at the pattern. Isn't it interesting? And a purple is that light contrast to it. And this is how this sari looks like. All right, so I'm going to show you one Sambalpuri ikat before we move on to our Kanjivrams. And this time it's a stunning black and mustard. Look at this. Black and mustard, very striking sari, striking with its temple border. And look at this beauty. I'm wearing 2 layers. And look at how striking it looks. The black and yellow and the temples, they add so much character to the sari. So here's your very beautiful, lightweight Sambalpuri ikat sari in black and mustard. And these saris are not woven with the blouse. So here is your next sari. Moving on to our Kanjivarams, we always do Kanjivarams. So I'm just going to show you 4 saris today. And we're going to move on to our silk cottons and other saris that have just come in. Take a look at this design. It's a new design. It's purple. This is called the Air India border. Air India border or your rising border. So it's your pure silk handloom sari with silver detailing this time. And it looks very interesting when you wear it. So this border rises. Look at this. So this is your sari. And it's been made so the zari is not stiff. Look at these jagged edges. Here is the pallu and this is the body. So this is your next sari. And the sari is not woven with a blouse piece. The next one is your soft silk sari, soft silk kanjivaram. These are very lightweight and a dream to drape, pure silk saris, handloom saris. And this one is a hot pink with your horse motifs. And let's see what the sari looks like. It's a one-side border sari. And look at this. It's very light. I actually have 4 layers, but it drapes so beautifully. So it's your hot pink with zari stripes, muted zari stripes, and a lovely pallu. Okay, this time it's a midnight blue, a beautiful midnight blue sari with your reticate border. And it's a Vairosi. Vairosi is your needle-like stripes running across the body of the sari. And then look at this. So I'm not going to open the sari because they're very hard to fold back. And look at how this looks. The zari stripes that are running across the body of the sari add that slight shimmer to the sari. So here is your next sari with a Rani pink contrast. One more Kanjivaram sari before we move on to the Kanchi silk cottons. Because who says Kanjivaram is just silks? It can be silk cottons too. So look at this interesting sari. It's your plum color border with your twin peacock motifs. And the body of the sari has stripes. I think the color looks very magical. Look at this. And so many different colors running across the body of the sari. There's peach, there's green, there's plum, and there is gold. So 4 different colors. And here is this very, very, very pretty sari. And here is the rich pallu. Moving on to our Kanchi silk cottons. We have so many new designs. You love these saris. We keep replenishing them. Sometimes the same color doesn't come back again. This is your frost amethyst color with your teal border. Looks very mystical. This is your pallu. These are 100% handloom saris woven with a blend of silk and cotton. Silk for the sheen, cotton for the breathability and lightness. So here is your sari. Look at how charming it is. And I totally love these saris. And look at this rich turquoise border. So very, very pretty sari. This temple detailing too. On the other hand, now that was a Vairosi, same design, different color combination. This is a lime green. Look at this line, actually a chartreuse with a baby pink contrast. Look at this. Same design as the other one, but different contrast. And if you go to our silk cotton collections page, you'll see so many more options. So those of you who joined late and are wondering, what the code for today is, the code for today is Holi. I'm going to show you 2 dupattas that have just come off the artisans workshop. We got this done. Look at this stunning Kanjivaram dupatta. This is a true piece of art. Why? Because it's completely handmade. And then look at the number of human motifs on the sari. So many of them. So something that's taken a lot of time. And look at this stunning Kanjivaram. This is pure silk Kanjivaram. Look at the rich zari detailing. Uh, Kalamkari is gaining, so much recognition. You must have seen Sonam Kapoor's baby shower. So she was in a Kalamkari sari, Kanjivaram sari, and so was her dad. So look at this very, very stunning Kanjivaram dupatta with authentic pen Kalamkari. Another one, this time it's a red, and same design. We thought we'll get one done in red and one in purple. Look at how rich it is. You just need this one piece. It doesn't matter how simple your suit is. If you have a dupatta like this, that is enough. So very, very striking, very beautiful dupatta. All right. So we were talking about saris for gift giving, and then we have a few art silk saris that have just come, and I wanted to show you the designs. Look at this pitch white design brocade art silk Banarsi sari, and it's a beautiful heather blue color, so blue with a tinge of gray. And look at the cow motifs and cow parrot florals, and look at this sari. So this is your Banarsi semi silk sari, and look at the pallu. So very pretty sari and on a budget. So I'm just going to show you maybe three more. Now this is your black, and this is your Varli design. Look at this. So if you look very closely, you'll see Varli design brocade, and it's a black and gold, black and oxidized gold, so it's not too loud. So here is a very stunning black art silk sari. Along the same lines, we have a beautiful turquoise with your parrot motifs. Parrots couldn't look prettier than this. Look at this. And look at this beautiful turquoise sari. The color is very pretty. The flow of the sari is very pretty. The brocade has come out very well. And here is your next sari. Along the same lines, there is an art silk paitani, and we have a few that are on the website. This is your classic bottle green color. Here is a pallu. This is art silk. And then this is how the sari drapes like. And the link and the code are being posted. Okay. So one more, actually two more. So this is your cotton tissue sari, and look at the pitchwai pallu, woven pitchwai pallu, and a single layer is actually quite wispy, and this is how this very pretty sari drapes like. This is the pallu, and it's got tassels too. We showed you the Ganda Berunda motif saris. How about a Ganda Berunda tissue, semi-tissue sari? Look at this in a reddish gold. And then this is how the sari looks like. A single layer is obviously more delicate and prettier. All right. I'm sure you've seen our new collection of our Gaji silks. If you've not, I'm going to show you a fresh new design. This is your Pashmina design, and so many of you love these Gaji silk saris, especially the ones with these gota patti borders. And here is a purple, and look at the rich pallu. It's got your lagra patta. So this is your lagra patta, gold tissue border. And look at this. Look at this. The flow is of the sari is very, very nice. It's your plant-based vegan sari with a nice gota patti design, border, and a pashmina design on the body. All right. A fresh batch of your Sanganeri saris have just come, and this time they are on Georgette. We have fresh new designs. They are much loved too. But before that, take a look at this dupatta. It's your modal silk dupatta, and we did our kolam design on it. Look at this. This is your pure modal silk plant-based fabric. Look at the sheen of the fabric. And this is your pulli kolam, your dots kolam, rangoli design. And isn't it pretty? It's a dupatta. And I'm going to show you the fresh designs of our Sanganeris on Georgette. Oh my goodness, these saris are absolutely dreamy, very thin. And look at this pretty, pretty designs. Uh, these are Georgette, and the flow, everything's come out very well. These are not machine printed. Every print that you see are done. You know, the saris are actually done by hand. So here is your next sari. And here is the very pretty color. I can show you what this is the color. This is the actual color. So very pretty, very lightweight saris. I'm going to show you 4 more. We have beautiful colors like yellow. This one is like a periwinkle color, purple with a tinge of bluish gray. And look at how pretty this is. How fluid it is. It's got that nice spring summer vibe to it. And here is your next sari. All right. The opposite, this time it's a maroon, and that looks equally classy too. Look at this. And it's got large florals. And look at how lightweight, how pretty this fabric is. Okay. This time it's an ajrak print. Look at this. Ajrak print sari on Georgette. Now it's not easy on chiffon, sorry. These are not easy to do. And this has come out really beautiful. Look at how lightweight, how beautiful this fabric is. So here is ajrak on pure, not pure, but chiffon sari. So here is your next sari. And how about a chiffon sari with hand painting on it? So very basic hand painting, floral hand painting. This is the pallu. And look at how thin, how crinkled the fabric is, lightweight and absolute dream. And here is your next sari. Okay, so 3 more before we wrap up today's show. A fresh batch of these sticky work saris have come in, and we have them in mull cotton, and we also have them in these cotton tissue. So I chose a silver gray because it really stood out. Look at them. This is cotton tissue. So tissue on one side and cotton on the other. And look at the ticky work, the gold shimmering work. Look at the playful tassels. And here is the sari. And very lightweight, easy to wear, perfect for your spring, summer, and festive events too. 1 more. So this was the tissue version. And then finally, we have the mull cotton version. This is your cotton version. And look at this beautiful blue-green. Look at the tassels. Aren't they pretty? And then look at this. Very pretty sari. Very beautiful. And then finally, this is the last sari of the day. A fresh batch of cotton saris have just come in. And this one is a Narayan Pet cotton sari. And then you have this Tamil font, actually, Tamil letters actually screen printed on it. So it's got the best of culture, comfort, and classiness in one. So here is your next sari, and we actually brought them in a few colors. So look at this. All right. So on that note, we are wrapping up today's show. We really, really hope that you liked the collection that we put up today. We wanted to showcase jewelry, but we had so many saris. We said we're not going to do justice to our saris, but we do have more jewelry coming in soon. I hope you all have a lovely Holi, and I'll catch you all next time. And then last but not the least, there are so many people that have worked behind the scenes to make this trunk show possible. Our team works very diligently. Like I say every time, it's not easy to put together so many products, but they do it. And I really wholeheartedly thank each one of them. I also want to thank Prabhu and Prashant, who are here behind the scenes, behind the camera, actually helping me out. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So on that note, it's me, Aparna, signing off. Wish you all a very, very happy Holi. And yes, the code for today is Holi.